Like a bowl.
What's up, ladies? Welcome to Mindful Attraction 2.0, and this is Alex. And today I'm gonna be talking about why compliments can do more harm to women than good. All right, and I'm gonna show you why that is and why you really shouldn't take it to heart. Because compliments could be very complimentary, no pun intended, and it can feel very good, especially if you're feeling bad about yourself and you're feeling uncertain and you need someone else to validate your decisions, right? And who you think you believe you are in your identity, comparing in your identity in this world. And so a lot of times people use compliments as a crutch, compliments as a way to feel better, compliments as a way to confirm who they are in this world. And the problem is that compliments vary and compliments fluctuate across a lifetime, right? One moment of your life you could be very complimentary, and the other moment of your life you could be someone who's not good looking. You see, age could get you, and then suddenly the one thing that you had to to um to to equate a sense of self to, which is the compliments, people telling you how beautiful you are. In my case, how cute I am, not how hot I am. Um, it could really leave you. It could really leave you with an empty hand, right? And leave you deflated. So I'm gonna show you why that is, and why that's dangerous, and what you could depend on that's outside of compliments that could help you, and that could be that could be productive in your life, right? Now, you guys might see that I have new seminar dates coming up. I actually updated the seminars. I'm gonna be going to Belgium, and I added the Netherlands to my seminar. It's gonna be in December. I'm thinking of adding more dates. If you guys are in Europe and you guys want me to go to Europe, watch the last video where I asked you guys where do you guys want me to go to, all right? And you guys could put where you guys want me to go. I'm thinking Australia also. If you guys are in Australia, I'm actually thinking of you guys too. So if you guys have anything in mind, just comment below and I'll think about it. So you can also purchase your tickets right now. You guys can do that. So let's get started. All right. So essentially, right? Let me move this right here. A lot of times when we feel bad about ourselves, most of the time we usually depend on people around us to tell us who we are, right? We depend on social feedback to tell us how we should feel and how confident we should act. Somebody gives us a compliment, they tell you this looks nice on you, and suddenly you feel good about yourself. And because of the compliment, you act confidently. Somebody compliments you and it gives you the ability and gives you the freedom to act confidently, right? And so usually compliments are only there to validate our uncertainty. That's what we love, compliments, right? And so as a woman, you as a woman, whenever somebody compliments you on your looks, what tends to happen is that yes, you feel good, but the problem is that underneath the compliment, underneath your satisfaction, there is a deep understanding that this is not going to last for long. You may not be conscious, but it's there, right? And so what tends to happen is that causes the shell of your ego to get hardened even more, because you realize your inevitable diminishment with the inevitable death of your identity of a good looking person, because everyone's telling you that. And so what happens is that you grow fearful and you try to hold on to that thing that everyone compliments you on. And what's worse is that once you lose that one thing that people compliment you on, you notice it because it's not there no more. You notice it because people aren't praising you anymore. You notice it because the guys are not telling you how good looking you are anymore. And so what happens? And then now you try hard to get those compliments. Now you find another route to try to get those compliments. You might try to add more plastic surgery. You might try to be more needy. You might be more promiscuous. You might be more loud. But the point is that you're going to try to act out in a way to get more attention. Right? Attention can come in many ways. If you believe that crying, that complaining, that bitching, and moaning, and being the victim gets you attention, then that's going to be your automatic programming. That's going to be your automatic inclination, which is to do that. And so that's where the beauty comes, is that you want to notice what kind of automatic programs you have when you lack self-esteem. You want to notice what happens inside of me whenever I lack self-esteem. What happens whenever I feel shitty? What happens whenever I feel uncertain about myself? And rather than trying to fulfill those needs, you want to see it. You want to explore it. You don't want to touch it. Don't get in the way. Just see what's happening inside of you. Notice the pain. Connect with yourself on the level of pain and on the level of pleasure. And notice what disturbs you. Notice where your attention goes when it doesn't receive the validation that it wants. It's the simple awareness is the liberation of it. The simple awareness of the ego is your liberation. You just want to become aware of it, because the problem happens when you start acting unconsciously, when you start acting without knowing the motives behind your actions, without knowing why you are doing things, why you're acting needy. Why? Because you won't be able to find out what you can do about it. It's just how it is. A lot of the times, the causes in a lot of people's problems are simple, and the outcomes can become more diverse as you grow older. And so, a simple problem of wanting validation becomes a complex problem where you suddenly stop getting the validation, and now you start doing things outside of your personality just to get them. And so, you might compromise your values by getting in relationships you may not want, you may find unhealthy for you. You may start becoming naturally inclined to get guys who need to put you down in order to feel better about themselves. You may notice you become addicted to the on and off kind of relationships. That becomes a pattern. That becomes a very simple cause becoming a complex problem. And so what you have to do is not change the behavior. You see, it's like trying to kill a tree through killing the branches. You gotta go deep at the problem and notice the motivating factor of your behavior and observe it. So whenever you notice that you want a compliment, stop right there and see the compulsion to get a compliment. Observe the compulsion. Notice your uneasiness with what's going on in the present moment. Observe the sensation of wanting compliments. Observe the sensation of feeling bad about yourself and feel it and notice it. Don't touch it, but see it. And notice how it feels to be the knower of that experience. Feel what it feels to be the awareness behind the pain. And notice if there's peace there. What you're going to notice is that there is a peace underneath the surface. There is a peace underneath the chaos. And that's where you want to lie. You don't want to lie on the level of form, on the level of the surface, which is the pain, noticing the pain and resisting it. You want to reside on the level of awareness, which is noticing the pain and letting it be there. Because the knowing itself doesn't suffer. And once you are able to stay there as the knower, that pain that you once had, which was being fueled by your resistance to the pain, becomes diminished. The ego diminishes, and rather than resisting reality, you blend with reality. Because you're not saying, I don't want you. You're saying, I'm watching you. I'm creeping. I'm observing you, pain. You're connecting with yourself on the level of pain. Right? And compliments, even though they feel good, they become the cure becomes worse than the disease. That's if you depend on compliments to feel good. It's okay to get compliments. I get awkward sometimes when I get compliments, but a lot of the times when I get compliments on YouTube, I don't try and let those compliments get to my head, because I understand the nature of things. I understand that if you let compliments get to your head, they become part of your identity. They become part of your ego. So when someone compliments you and they say, you're very good looking, say thank you and drop it. You see, drop it, because don't allow your self-esteem to rise from that compliment. Just in the same light, don't allow your self-esteem to diminish when you don't get a compliment. Or even better yet, I want you to be aware of the arising of self-esteem and the diminishment of self-esteem when you get and you don't get compliments. That's the place where you want to be, because there you're not differentiating yourself. You're not saying, I'm only gonna be aware when I feel shitty. But when I get good compliments, I'm gonna indulge in those compliments. It's the same. It's the same coin, just different sides. You want to remain aware in all of those continual situations. You want to accept the good and accept the bad. You don't want to just say, I want to be present with the good emotions and with the bad emotions, and I want to go unconscious with the good emotions. That's what being addicted to a drug is. You want to drink so much that you lose consciousness. So you just go into it. You don't have to think too much. You don't want to be present. You know, there's a natural tendency to not want to be present when good things occur. You see, it's the natural tendency of human beings to not want to be present. See what I'm saying? Compliments are no bueno. No bueno. They're good, but they're a lot worse if you allow them to get to you. So don't let compliments get to you. Don't let compliments become part of your personality. Don't let oh wow man, you're so intelligent, become part of your personality. See the intelligence, see that compliment, see the good self-esteem boost, and drop it, so that it doesn't become part of you. I'm telling you, man. I say this for myself. I get a lot of compliments on YouTube. All right, and and for the most part, I try to differentiate the facts from fiction. You know, the imaginary self that people see me and who I really am in my essence. I try to separate those through continually questioning my reality, questioning who am I at this moment. A lot of times we notice that we are indulging and believing that we are the things that we have and that we hear in our lives. We are the compliments, we are the things we own, we are our own accomplishments. And separating yourself from those things is vitally important as a human being. Anyways, this is Alex from mindfulattraction.org. If you guys need one-on-one coaching, go to Mind for Attraction. Go check out the dates for my seminars, all right? Check it out. I'm going to Europe and maybe Australia. Just let me know if you guys want me there. I'm also going to Germany too. So if you're there, watch out. Take care. Bye-bye.